Hi everyone, I'm Ryan Taylor. I'm the CEO of Dash Core Group Inc., which is the largest entity that serves the Dash network. We have around 60 to 70 paid contributors at this point, and the team continues to grow. If you're interested, we have a recruiter downstairs at our booth. I'm here to talk today about a few things. One, I want to outline a little bit about our goals, particularly for 2018. Second, I want to share with you some metrics, because I think the metrics tell a story. I'm not sure a lot of people realize the extent to which the Dash network has made progress over the course of the last year, so I'd like to share those with you. I want to talk about partnerships. I'm going to share a few examples of the partnerships that we've signed lately and talk a little bit about the benefits of partnering with Dash. I'm sure there are many of you in this room that could benefit from a partnership with us. And lastly, I'm going to talk through a number of announcements that we have to make today. So let's get to it. What is Dash? Not going to spend a great deal of time on this. I'm assuming most people have a basic understanding, but Dash is a payments-focused network. We have the fastest transaction times in the industry, as fast as you can swipe a credit card, so that makes Dash feasible at the point of sale. We have optional privacy for transactions. I think we're well known for that. Our governance system, we have a shareholder-like structure in which large holders act as shareholders and get a vote in the network. And that brings me to the last point here. We are the first coin to split our block reward into multiple components, one of which is something we call treasury. And that is a set of anyone can put a proposal up to the Dash network. The shareholders essentially vote on that, and if it's approved, the funds are allocated towards that purpose. In fact, the Dash Core Group Inc. Has to apply for our funding that way. I can be fired at any time, and another team could come and service the needs of the network. So where are we going? Our goal is to increase financial freedom, and that means for both merchants and for consumers. We're doing this in a lot of different ways, but we're doing it by providing the easiest to use payments-focused blockchain network. We're taking best practices from the payments industry and applying them to the way that the network runs. A couple of the goals for 2018. One is we're launching Dash Evolution, which is our next major release. Dash Evolution brings a number of tools to the marketplace, software development kits and decentralized APIs for merchants to make it much easier to integrate. And for consumers, it means a much easier user experience. Gone are the cryptographic addresses, and they're replaced with usernames. And you can create friends lists that reside within the network itself. And so you can interact in a much more familiar way, like you would with Venmo or PayPal or one of those types of services. And we're also launching our first major consumer marketing ad campaign. We contracted with Ogilvy and Mather last year. We've been developing a new branding that will launch soon. And we're going to be starting with some test markets next month in Venezuela and the UK and Spain in order to test some potential market messaging. And then we'll be expanding that to a global ad campaign throughout the year. All of this innovation and our very strategic and focused strategy has allowed us to outperform the market. We outperformed the market for the fourth year in a row last year. We were the fourth fastest growing cryptocurrency among the major currencies. I don't see that slowing down at this point. Last year was a banner year for us. Our key performance indicators, I think, really tell the story. Last quarter, we moved over $16 billion on our network, $8 billion of which came in December alone. So we really exited the year quite strongly. Our daily trading volume at this point is sustainably since above $200 million a day since the beginning of December. That's a metric that the Bitcoin network didn't pass until March. Transaction volume, we're now around 1 million transactions a quarter on a run rate basis. And so I think these metrics really illustrate that there's a lot of real use that is occurring on the Dash network. So how are we doing that? We're doing that with channel partnerships. We're not going one merchant at a time and trying to sign them up or relying on them to come to us and integrate us the way that they would a passive network. We're out there actively developing these relationships. BlockCypher is an example of this. They already have relationships with a lot of the companies in this room. BlockCypher is out cross-selling Dash to their users where Dash makes more sense. Low-value transactions, low-margin businesses, where that transactional cost savings makes sense. Alt36 is a payment gateway in the cannabis industry. They're out selling Dash integrations into the largest point-of-sale systems in the cannabis industry. And one integration means hundreds of physical store locations in one go. So this is the approach that we're following. These are other examples, Uphold, Cantrave, and BitNovo that give us massive access very quickly. And we act as a channel partner for them, bringing them new business. So we will refer opportunities that come our way to our partners, and we broker those relationships. We've got a lot more of these in the pipeline for 2018 in the areas of gift cards, payment processors, merchant acquirers, ISOs, platforms and marketplaces that are two-sided marketplaces. And we're paying for it because our block reward continues to increase. At the end of 2016, this is an actual representation of the growth that has occurred over the course of 1 year in the size of our budget that Treasury produces. And one of the things you'll notice is that a very high percentage of it used to be devoted towards our own internal operations, hiring developers and paying for software tools and things that we needed. The thing that's changed is as though Dash Core Group Inc. has certainly grown, but as a percentage of the budget, it's much, much smaller now. And that means that the portion that goes towards our incubation of our own ecosystem has exploded around 150x. And so the amount of money that is going towards this at this point is in the tens of millions of dollars every quarter. The benefits of partnering with Dash, first of all, these are grants. We offset the cost of integrating with us, so there's really no downside. We offer technical support. A project manager and an integrations engineer is assigned to your project. You get access to our user base of hundreds of thousands of users and all of our social media channels. Waxman PR is our PR firm. They will help get the news into the press that you've integrated Dash. We have a commitment to low fees. We've seen what can happen when these networks fill up. And so you have to have a commitment to scaling. What that means for us is we're partnered with Arizona State University. A press release went out on Tuesday in which we expanded that relationship. We've donated over $400,000 towards research in blockchain scaling. And we are using that research and honing in on the technologies that we're going to integrate to ensure that we can get to Visa-like capabilities within a couple of years. And we also help you grow your top line. This is an example of a partner of ours that is exclusively integrated with Dash. We advertise for them. We run promotions for a lot of the companies that integrate with us. Promotions that are savings that get passed on to your customer and help you attract new business. So I've got some announcements today. First of which is Pico. Pico is a mobile phone top-up service. They have access to 600 mobile network operators in 137 countries. And after integrating with Dash, they have discontinued Bitcoin payments. This is an example of a low-margin, low-value transaction business that needed low transaction fees in order to survive. And this is the type of business that is coming to us actively right now and looking for a solution. Strike Social is the world's largest YouTube ad optimization firm. They're also one of the world's fastest growing companies. They have 500 ad agencies on their platform and major brands like Coca-Cola that buy ads through Strike Social. The use case here is they're collecting payments from all over the world. It's very complicated for them. Dash gets them that last mile. They can collect payments from anywhere in the world now. The Department of Energy, the National Renewable Energy Laboratory, is testing and building applications in their energy systems integration facility. These are smart meters that will allow peer-to-peer transactions at the periphery of the network. This is a huge problem that needs to be solved. The average electric car uses 2.5 households worth of electricity. And we either need to invest a lot in infrastructure or we need to be more efficient in the way that we use our grid and use the production at the periphery of the grid in the form of solar panels on our rooftops and so on in order to allow a lot of that transaction to take place at the periphery. And they're using the Dash blockchain in order to solve this problem. And for this next announcement, I'd like to have Steve Beauregard, a friend of mine, come out and present and tell us a little bit about the GoCoin integration that
Great,
we're
thank
announcing.
you, appreciate it.
Yep.
You know, we started GoCoin back in 2013, and at that time we felt like we were super late to the game. BitPay was live as a merchant processor. They had Tiger Direct, Coinbase, they were up and going. They announced Overstock, and we were like the new one to the party. So in our early design considerations, when we were architecting the system, along with my nephew, Kevin Beauregard, who's here today, we made a decision. It was a hard one, and it was to add a multi-token aspect to the platform. So we saw early on that it was going to be a multi-token, multi-chain world. So we designed the platform, and very soon in 2014, we launched Litecoin. Soon after, we launched Dogecoin. And that was about the time our compliance officer says, wait a minute, what are all these other coins? And we sort of put a freeze on it. But what it showed us is that we could do this and we could do it successfully. So we waited a long time till we really saw a new coin and that we thought very strongly about. Ryan and I met at this conference 1 year ago today, and we sat down, we talked. He showed me how part of their mining reward would go toward marketing and servicing and bringing onboarding customers. And I just thought that was brilliant. I thought it was a really great model. So we started conversations, and over the year, we finally have established a partnership. Today, we're announcing that we are live on the GoCoin platform, available to all 50,000 of our merchants, where we've done over 100 million in transactions over the 5 years we've been in business. And the Dash coin is now live with instant send feature. So that is a feature is very important to our merchants, especially those that are handing out like movietickets.com, for example. So they don't want to wait that 10-minute window. So with this instant send feature, they'll know instantly that the money's there and secure. So very pleased to announce our partnership with Dash, and thank you very much.
And by the way, happy birthday, Dash. We're 4 years old today.
Woo!